Start with questions in person, then we'll move to Zoom.
Yeah, I thought Ja was phenomenal tonight. I mean, you nailed it. I thought he did a great job knowing against a team that's early shift. They want to take away the pain. He did a great job getting the ball out early to his teammates, which has injected confidence in them. And, it just gives the defense a different look. Is he in attack mode? Is he in score mode? Is he in playmake mode? And then as he just, reads the game throughout, he knows when to kind of take over. Thought he did a great job in the second half, even when they were blitzing him, getting off the ball or even just splitting their double teams and getting to the rim. So I thought tonight was a great playmaking and kind of read the game for Ja. Well, I mean, I think every single night you got to try to win the 50-50 bowls. We obviously, talk a lot about defensively trying to limit teams to one possession. In my 3 years here, it's gotten better each and every year, and it's a collective effort. Obviously, Steven Adams is a big reason why we're good on the boards. I think Jaren's taken a huge step there. Guard rebounding. We got a number of guards that are pretty good at, rebounding there. And even on the offensive end, just, with some of our running habits, getting back to defense, discipline there, we just seek opportunities to maybe sneak in a few offensive rebounds. And when you tack that on to Steven's ability to create a lot. I think he had 4 offensive rebounds. Some nights he has double-digit offensive rebounds. But when you got a collection of guys that, value those 50-50 balls, we've been talking about that in recent film sessions about winning that battle. And that's something you got to have if you're going to try to win consistently in the league.
Any other questions in person?
Well, the team around there is having great fun. Is this team clicking at all cylinders?
Yeah, I think our spirit's clicking on all cylinders for sure. I mean, that's always been the case since day one. We talk about that probably more than anything is our spirit has got to be there every single night. There's going to be ups and downs throughout a game, ups and downs throughout a season, individually and collectively. But I think just inherently, each individual just really cherishes, this group and, how hard they play for each other and how fun they are and playing unselfish for each other. So, I think there's always things we can clean up X's and O's and basketball wise, but at its core for our team, the spirit and togetherness is definitely at a pretty high right now. And hopefully it just continues to stay strong. And that's always been the case, in my time here in Memphis.
Okay, we'll move to Zoom. To Michael Cole.
Taylor, we talk all the time about Steven Adams and his screening and how that, opens things up for the guards. But his playmaking this season, it's been a big boost as well. What does that do for the guards?
I mean, it's huge. We knew coming into the season, Steven's elite playmaking ability, whether it was in the post or on the elbows or at the top of the key. And I think we're starting to see more and more of that playmaking at 8 assists tonight, and I think for the guards, what it is they know he's going to basically set them up, whether that's in the pick and roll game, the dribble handoff game, or the cutting game. We talk to our guys all the time. We get blown up and the ball's in Steven's hands. Just finish your cut and cut to the rim because he's going to try to find you late. He had a couple great dimes there, finding shooters on the perimeter as well. So the more that we can just cut, and I think for us, diversify our offense and not just be so pick and roll heavy and be able to have, a big out there that we can play make through. It just opens up more in our offense and just gives our guards so much confidence to play through him.
Drew Hill.
Taylor, is there a better way for you to celebrate 200 games in the NBA than this? And also, is there a specific moment in over 200 games of your career that sticks out?
I was actually notified of that before the game. I'm so locked in, just focusing on one game at a time. I think the biggest thing is it's just a blessing to be able to be in this position, to be the head coach of this team, to work with great players, great staff. We've got a great thing that we're building here. I mean, it's fun. It's so much fun. I love coaching this group. I love teaching this group, and they push me to be better. So, there's so many individual things that we can talk about from our rookie season to last year, so far in this year. I'm just going to wrap it up and say just the fact that this group competes together at an all-time high, night in and night out, has been probably one of the best blessings of all, is to be able to walk into the door every single day knowing that this group's going to lay it on the line for each other and lay it on the line for me, and I'll do the same for them. So, in a nutshell, that's what the first 200 feel like.
Terry Davis.
Hey, Coach, another successful road trip, man. What's the biggest takeaways of going this? I know you want to go 3-0, but what's the biggest takeaways from this 3-game road trip?
I just think, just our ability to rebound from game to game. I hit the guys afterwards and said, emotional game in Philly, game that I thought we could have won, and we all thought we could have won, and, just didn't make the shots and didn't come up with the defensive stops, and the Sixers got us, had to take it into overtime, and A lot of energy was expelled there. A lot of emotion was expelled, but we just went right back into the gym the next day and watched the film and then came out and played against a really competitive and tough-minded Knicks team in a very, tough environment in Madison Square Garden. And then we just said, hey, how can we just finish this? Whether we win the game previously or lose a game previously, just keep putting in the work. Had a great work day yesterday, and then coming in here against a really scrappy, confident Magic team to finish it, 2-1. It's just our ability to just one game after the next learn, evaluate what we got to do better and what we did well, and just turn the page and get focused on the next one. So after a tough one, our spirits remained up, took a good one against the Knicks, and then another great one here against the Magic.
Last question, Sean Coleman.
Coach, congrats on 200 games and the win. Obviously it seems like one thing that's really stood out over these past 2 games is, again, the starters especially. Everybody is not only doing their role, but they're effectively doing it. They're improving in their specific roles, and that really seems to stand out. Has that been standing out to you as of late, and has that led to the, better consistency, just better balance that we've seen over the past 2 games on offense?
Our stars have been great the last 2 games. I think just, it's always, this time of year, just maintaining your chemistry. I think they're doing a great job of moving the ball together. And, we always talk about, next actions in the half court. Jocelyn initiate a lot of things for us, but I think his ability to get off the ball, Des make good decisions, Jaren getting, second side actions and being aggressive there. Zaire spacing, those guys are doing a great job just connecting with each other. But then I think our bench has been huge last 2 games. Tonight they scored 51 points. So just the fact that continuity and that chemistry from the starting unit, when the bench comes in, just the ball movement, the guys just continue to play off of each other, whether it's the next pick and roll, the next cut, the next driving kick, that speaks volumes to these guys to continue to trust each other. So really proud of it. And, as I'm going to always say, we just got more to do and just got to keep trusting it more.
Thank you, Coach.
Great. Thanks, everybody.